Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my rant of 90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort season finale. It ended just the way we thought it would, y'all. But let's get into it anyway. Y'all ready? Okay.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that everybody needs.
You can make this up. Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Hi, everybody, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family, one of the best families on the YT. And to all of my nieces, nephews, and my members, thank you all so much for holding your girl down, for being here video after video, for your comments, your thumbs up, your super chats, all that. Thank you. It has not gone unnoticed, and I appreciate and love you all. Y'all, I looked at this the last resort, and and I'm so glad it's the finale, right? But it ended just the way that we thought that it was, didn't it? And so Jovi basically, has been having this pseudo affair, in my opinion, with strippers. Oh, happy Halloween, everybody. I took off my little nose and my whiskers. I was like, I ain't got it to do. But happy Halloween. I'm hoping that you all are being very safe and having a great time. If you're going to a party, drink responsibly, y'all. Okay, we want to see you another day, another video. But Jovi, we found out last week on last week's episode that Jovi had reached out to the stripper girl that he allegedly had an affair with, and it broke Yara's heart. And so, she goes into detail talking about um her insecurities and how this really affected her. Now we know that when they were on the boat and she found out about it, she threw a drink in Jovi's face. And honey, had it been a sister or another, okay, had it been a sister, don't make a difference what color, creed, religion you are, he would have got more than a drink thrown in his face. Like straight up. That was just so disrespectful of him, especially given the fact that he's had a relationship in some sort with this woman. And so Yara goes on to tell us that when she was growing up, she did not have um high self-esteem, that she had been criticized for being overweight, and she did not get the support and stuff like that she needed. So she always has been looking for perfection and looking for acceptance from the eyes of other people based on what she looks like on the outside. And I think I think that a lot of women can relate to that, right? Being judged for your size, your skin color, maybe you are not um your skin isn't olive enough, or it's too dark, or your fupa, or you don't have any button, or your breast, it just, we always, there's a certain image that is supposed to be acceptable to people. And so when you feel like you're outside of that, then you are harder on yourself and you develop low self-esteem. And I think that every woman has experienced that before, unfortunately. And men too. I'm not going to say that men don't, because, men want to be buff and all of that kind of stuff. I remember growing up back in the day when light skin was child was the thing to be. We go through all kinds of things, right? So I absolutely understood where y'all was coming from. I don't know whether or not I would have been, having plastic surgery, because I haven't had any plastic surgery. I've learned how to accept myself the way that I am. And if someone doesn't accept me the way that I am, then it's okay. To each his own. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if you don't behold it in me, I absolutely behold it in myself. And it's taken me years to get to that point, and I understand how she feels. I think that all of us who have birthed children understand how we feel when we're pregnant and all of that kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, it's a real thing. And, Jovi has not recognized it. He is acting as if he has. The two of them, of course, are still together. And I'm hoping that she gets over it, but the two of them recommit to one another in the end. Angela, who has been dwelling on the fact that Michael has cheated on her, when we have seen her be flirtatious and do everything, honey, up under the sun with men, whether in a club, whether on a street corner, whether in a hotel or whatever. We've seen Angela make contact with men and have conversations with men that she would have never allowed Michael to do. Now, that's not to say that it's right for Michael to cheat on her, but bitch, a damn show is understandable. She has made a decision that she's going to stay with Michael, and she recommitted to him. The next couple was Ed and that damn child. Liz don't care how Ed treat her. It's so unfortunate because she got a little girl that's watching her. Maybe Ed isn't the clown that he appears to be. Maybe all of this stuff is made up. It very well could be, y'all. But I'm telling you right now, what you not gonna do is treat me like a piece of and you ain't got no knack. Like we're not doing that. Like, you're going to be treating me like a queen. You're going to be rolling out the red carpet. Honey, throwing rose petals when I walk by. Bitch, you ain't got no neck and you got the audacity to talk to me like I'm nothing. But this is evidently how Liz sees herself. And I said back in the day when Liz first came on the scene that everything that Liz gets, she deserves, honey. She didn't work for it. She with this man. Hey, Kevin Caps. Hey, boo. She recommitted to him and then had the nerve to give him a ring and ask him, will he marry her? I just was like, what the hell is wrong with Liz? The more you look at these shows, the more you realize that these people are cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Anyway, as we all know, Marley and Kelly left the experiment early. They should have never come there together. But, it is what it is between the two of them. I think that they are the ones who made this last resort watchable. Since they've been gone, it has been extremely boring to me. The next person and the last couple that I want to talk about is Kalani and Asuelu. I think I covered everybody, right? Yeah, Kalani and Asuelu. Kalani goes back to, she sits down with the therapist and tells him to his face that she's been with Dallas. Some guy that gave it to her, and now she head over heels thinking this man love her. Let me tell you something, honey. Love is more than a feeling. It really, really is. And if what she's saying, we believe it. This is just her second encounter. Honey, it's all kinds of cucumbers out there. They got the miniature ones. They got the big, thick ones. They got the ones that that they put in a jar and I think turn to pickles. Bitches, all kinds of. This guy right here isn't the answer, in my opinion. But she tells him that, she's been with this guy and that only thing that she can think about is him cheating. Well, guess what? The only thing that he can think about is you cheating, especially when you are on a show called The Last Resort. And it's a show where you all are supposed to be reconciling, and you have the audacity to go and sleep with the man while you're yet on the show. Like, you have no self-respect, no self-dignity, and no self-control, in my opinion. You don't have enough self-control to see him after the fact. It wasn't like you was there for a year. But she believes that this guy treats her better than Asuelu. But do you know him outside of the bed? Has he interacted with your children? Like, what is the relationship outside of that? She came on this show, allegedly flew her whole entire family down there when she knew what her intention was. This is just my opinion. I don't believe that she ever, her or Asuelu, if we want to be real about it, I don't believe either one of them had any intention, excuse me, y'all, of being with one another. I believe that they were already broken up before they even filmed, because they were already things that were out there, all kinds of speculations that were already out there in the street, and rumor had it that the two of them weren't together. And I believe that they took advantage of a situation. I don't know whether or not the producers knew about it, or they just thought that it would be good TV if they reenact what happened in the past. I just don't know whether or not they weren't in cahoots with one another and chose a trip, because when she came to the hotel room, see, Kalani doesn't have a good poker face. When she came back to the hotel room and said, well, I don't want to pressure you, but I think we should get a divorce immediately, it was just the insincerity in her eyes, and like, you faking it. And then the thing about it is, there had to have already been, and I'm just giving my opinion and my assessment of it, right? Evidently, the boys are accustomed to not living with their father. Because how do you get to a hotel room in another state and now all of a sudden you're separated from your kids? It didn't make sense. When you look at it in the grand scheme of things, it never made sense that he said yes. It never made sense that the boys did not say, where's daddy? It never made sense to me, the comfortability of the kids of not having their daddy in that room. And here's what I want. I want someone to explain to me why we never saw Dallas. If he was big enough, bad enough, bold enough to show up, put him on a screen. Let's see that Dallas is in, that this wasn't just a fake ass storyline, especially given the fact that she's now going back and backpedaling off of it. Those boys never acted as if this was something different, that the father wasn't with them. And when she was out talking her talk to the girls, was Asuelu with the boys? And they was like, oh, okay, that's right. We see daddy. Like, it just never added up. There, if you want to give us real TV, let's see the reaction of the boys when you told him that he couldn't stay with you. Let's see the reaction of the boys when they wake up in the morning and their daddy isn't there for the first time. Just because we ain't said nothing before, don't mean that we did not have suspicion or we didn't catch certain things. They have not, in my opinion, been living together. So for her to fake it with this divorce and then to say, Asuelu and I have made a decision. No, if what we are seeing, you want us to believe you made the decision for him. You did not consult him about it. You didn't go to therapy about it. You didn't talk to a real therapist. Not to say these people aren't real therapists, but you didn't go through the process of saying, how can we really reconcile this? Being on a show with a whole lot of different couples trying to, reconcile with each other ain't never gonna work, because your relationship is not about all these outside interferences. You already got that, right? You got that from Asuelu allegedly being with all these other women, and you already got that from you being with Dallas. It just never, the storyline never made sense for me and never added up. And that's just my opinion about it. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section. But it just never added up. And now you're sitting there and he's calm. He's not emotional. And they partying at the end. Like, stop. The only one that, in my opinion, was authentic about it, no matter how much we disagreed or agreed with it, was Molly and Kelly. Those were real, raw emotions that we saw coming from the two of them. We saw Molly come on the set and basically say, there's some things that went down. We have agreed not to talk about them, but we're going to talk around it. And we want people to understand why there's such conflict. In my opinion, they were the only couple that really seriously had issues. And we see how it ended. If Jovi, if Yara really felt like this is the bottom line, my husband going back to some woman, why would she renew her vows? Why wouldn't she just work on the relationship? And then all of a sudden, Jovi sees the error of his ways and makes a promise that he's never going to go and see strippers. We know that was a lie when it came out of his mouth. There just was so many inconsistencies, in my opinion, that made most of these storylines unbelievable. But we stuck through it, y'all. I don't know if they're going to do this again. There's so many spin-off shows. I don't know when they are going to give us authentic television like we used to have. We deserve that. If it's going to be fake, say it's fake. If it's going to be scripted, get better writers. And this is just my opinion about it. Her and Asuelu go up there and say they want to be together for the kids. It appears that that was already established before y'all got there. That he has a good relationship with Kalani. And they're dealing with each other based on the mutual love for their kids. That's a more authentic story, and that's a story that people can relate to, because how many of us know a couple, at least one, who have stayed together for the kids or are currently staying together for the kids? That's a relatable story to tell us. It's a relatable story to tell us that Jovi is struggling with strippers and that Yara is troubled by because she's struggling with her self-image. That's a story that we'll watch. We will watch that. Just give us the real, trust us with the real lives. We've been here. I've been doing 90 Day Fiance for how long now? So it's not like we going now. Some of these spin-off shows, I ain't got it to do. It's too much. And it's just not enough hours in the day for me. But give us authentic television. Stuff that we can believe in and stuff that we can relate to. We grown enough to understand. These other couples, 90 Day Fiance the other way, 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. It's so much that is going on that just appears to be scripted. Trust us with the real, because we live real lives. A lot of us started watching 90 Day Fiance, the original, based on being able to relate to these couples in some way, knowing someone who could relate to these couples, and just really seeing the real authentic drama. Drama that's not conjured up or scripted. We could relate to Danielle and Muhammad. Her being an ugly duckling and marrying this man, and like we believed it. Bitch, we believed it. I agree with you. You are dreaming right. She says, and the real story will be so much more interesting. It really would do better. Even with the love after lockup, it's so scripted. And then they sit on, the thing about it is you 90 Day Fiance, people aren't interested in really interesting it interviewing the cast. Back in the day, I used to interview the cast and stuff like that. I really truly enjoyed it because, like I said, a lot of it was real, child. It was, honey, it was so much stuff going on. But even with the cast who interviews with different people, they don't really even get no views off the interviews because people aren't interested in their real lives, because we see so much. We see through the storyline. So when you want to talk about real life, people not interested. I know I'm not. I'm not interested with what's happening with them. I don't care, because they become unlikable and absolutely unrelatable. So who gives a fuck? We absolutely don't. At least I don't. But y'all let me know, in the comments. At the end of the day, Liz and Ed, of course, we all know they got married back in September. Angela's still with Michael. Michael's still not here in the United States. Poor baby. Who else? Asuelu and Kalani decided to get a divorce. And for some reason, it was another couple, and I can't remember that's how insignificant they are. I don't even remember who the hell they are. But anyway, the show is over, and that gives us the opportunity to start looking at some other shows. I did get y'all feedback about the Golden Bachelor. I'm glad that you all like that. For some reason, they flagged that video. I don't know if it was her family members or what, bitch, but I put no on there, honey. It got flagged. And I mean, maybe people didn't like what I had to say about it, but it is what it is. And so we'll be doing different content and stuff like that. But I love you all so much. And thank you so much for sticking in here with me as we went on this journey to see whether or not the show was good. If it came back again, would I cover it? Probably not. I'm sure that you all saw mid-season that I discontinued covering 90 Day Fiance UK. I just did not like the fake storylines. I got tired of them, having this guy appear to be very ignorant. I love you, chicken. Like, I just stopped covering that as well, right? Because I just was like, I just don't have it to do. The young lady, I can't remember her name, who was, the transgender, who was very rude and stuff like that, her and her husband, like, it just got to be too much. And then we had the African girl that flew into the UK, and she was making it seem like, it was stuff going on. Give us something that is authentic. Just trust us that we will continue to watch. Trust us that we will continue to watch. We understood and knew. I think one of the biggest couples of it, that we were really interested in outside of Muhammad and Daniel was Nicole and Yazan. Yazan, what was his name? Azan. That was real. Her father was going to jail. Child, she was running over to wherever he would. Like, that was real. But the stuff that they feeding us now, we done peeped this stuff out. But anyway, like I said, thank y'all so much for being here. We got through it. We'll add something else to the roster. Maybe that'll give me more time to do more sister wives and catch up. Don't forget that tomorrow we will be doing Sister Wives season 4. So if you haven't watched it, please make sure you watch it. And to all the members, we'll be doing an after show after that. Okay. I love you all so much. And y'all, until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.